Hey Mo Crew, been a while. I have a very important episode coming up. Not this episode. This episode just going to be me summarizing exactly what I'm going to be bringing for my next episode. What makes the next episode really important is it's going to be a collaboration video with another YouTuber. His name is Liberty Land and Stuff Lab, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, he's a friend of mine. His name's Martin. Really cool guy. We're going to be going out and doing a survival video, 48-hour survival video. I looked into the details covering what the temperature is going to be like over this weekend, or that weekend where we're going to be doing the survival video. It's going to be a style of survival that's kind of like post-apocalyptic, like, civil unrest or something like that. I asked him if I needed to bring some cans with some ball bearings and everything, along with my 550 cord to tie and pretty much make a trip line notifying us of a perimeter breach around our campsite and everything. He's like, yeah, that'd be a pretty good idea. So I'm gonna bring that on top of the gear that I'm gonna be showing you in this video. This video is going to be all about the gear I'm going to be bringing and why. Alrighty, you guys. First and foremost, I am going to be bringing the minimalist shotgun, the 410 that you guys have seen in a few episodes of mine. This is a 410, if you guys didn't know already. This is great for small game hunting, and I can't wait to go ahead and use it to survive out there. We're going out to Chengwatana State Forest, and we're going to be camping out there for 48 hours. And the temperature, from what I understand, if it doesn't change, it is going to be around 5 degrees as an average, and that's between the lows and the highs. So 5 degrees out there, and we're not bringing any food. What we're going to be doing is they're going to rely on me to hunt and kill small game, because small game is still in season. Gray squirrels are on the menu, and so are eastern cottontails and snowshoe hare. So that's why I'm bringing this minimalist shotgun, and hoping I'll be able to put this thing to use and feed us. If we don't, or if I don't kill anything, we're screwed. So yeah, I can't wait to bring this thing and show them how awesome this thing is at procuring food. So this is object number one. I'm going to be bringing around 15 rounds of ammunition. That way, in case I do miss something, I have a chance of going after it again, bringing multiple rounds with me. So on the outside of this stock, I have about 6 rounds ready to go. I'm going to be bringing an additional 15 rounds because that's going to be our way of getting food. So my areas of specialties or area specialty on this camp out and everything is going to be survival, pretty much. Acquiring and hunting and gathering is kind of my area. So I'm going to be finding clean snow to melt into water. The other guys are going to figure out shelter and fire starting and everything. I mean, I have a whole bunch of stuff to help us out with that. I have my tinder pouch that's full of dryer lint and other dry things that we can start a fire easily with, since it's gonna be cold out there, and with the highs reaching probably around 33, 34, stuff is gonna get wet because in direct sunlight everything starts to melt. But other than that, we might be able to find some other dry stuff, but just in case, I have that. Onto this. So obviously we're gonna need some ways of hammering things into the ground, like stakes that we've made, and tomahawks are just a great survival tool, all around good survival tool. So I'm bringing my Chogan CRKT tomahawk. On the reverse side right here, there's a hammer, so I can start pounding in some stakes for putting down my tarp. And of course, if we're not going to be chopping down any trees out there, since that's illegal. what we're going to be doing is anything that we find laying across the forest floor, like slash, we're going to go ahead and chop that up and use it as good firewood and everything. So this is what this is for, chopping stuff up, and it's just going to be a really good camp axe. I know I've already mentioned it, but this is the tinder pouch right here. What it has in there already is some dryer lint and other stuff that I've whittled. So when I did the, I forget which video it was, I think it was a tomahawk video, all the stuff that I had, like from shaving the pieces of wood away, I have extra dry, pretty much chips of wood from that main piece of wood that I was carving the tomahawk handle out of. As you guys can see, this is completely dry. You can hear it too, just me breaking it and everything. This is gonna start fires no problem. And you know, surviving outside, fires are key for survival, so especially in the temperatures that we're gonna be living in out there. So this is a must, and this is just gonna make life just a little bit easier being out there, because if you have to spend a lot of time hunting down dry stuff, that reduces, I mean, one, that ruins your calorie count, because if you go foraging and hunting and gathering and everything, it's just gonna just kill your calories. So you gotta preserve as much energy as you possibly can. So I'm bringing this. Alright, so any of you who have seen my previous episodes, one of my more popular episodes is doing the review on the Mountaintop 40-liter backpack. I personally am not bringing any shelter while I'm out there. I'm going to rough it as much as I possibly can, so I'm bringing only my wool blanket and a tarp. And the tarp is mainly just for laying on top of. I don't want any snow melting and going through the wool blanket. I will still be able to stay warm, but I just want the option if anything does start. If it snow is actually in the forecast, so when it starts snowing and everything, I'm just gonna roll myself up in the blanket and then grab the tarp and roll myself up in the tarp in addition. So that's why I'm bringing this blanket. And as you can see, this bag right here is super freaking light, and it just looks bulky. I mean, that's how these bags are kind of designed anyway. Bring my steel cup for melting water and eating out of. So in the event that I hopefully get some small game like rabbit and squirrel, I'll be cooking as much as I can using this cup, because I always put this cup directly in the flame. So it'll work. I'm hoping that I do actually kill something, because, well, people are relying on me to feed them. So moving on. All right. So obviously 550 cord is a must. In order to get as much length out of like the perimeter, setting up the perimeter of the camp and setting up the trip alarm and everything, I'm going to be gutting a couple, like I'd say probably about 10 feet of this into the individual wires or lengths of string that are underneath the 550 cord skin right here. There's like, I want to say about maybe 6 strands underneath the main strand. So that'll give me quite a bit of leeway, and instead of using all my 550 cord to make just a perimeter for alarm and everything, butchering this would be a lot more effective and allow me to conserve my resources pretty well. So that's why I'm bringing this. And also, if I decide to make a lean-to with just my one tarp, I might actually make a dugout in case it starts getting windy. I'm going to dig probably about 2 feet into the snow, and then I know the snow for a fact is like really deep out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay in my own little dugout trench and everything, kind of like military style. And for stuff that's coming from the trees, like snow being shucking from the trees, or if it decides to snow, I'm not going to get snowed on if I make like a little lean-to. So I'm going to be either taking some sticks that are about that big around and setting them up, and then making sure that the snow does not come over the top of me. So I'm bringing this so I can do some lashing and tie the tarp down through the eyelets. And of course, I am bringing my tarp. Very compact tarp. This is a 4x6, so it's just a one-person tarp. It can't really cover very much more than that, so we'll be bringing that as well. You guys already know why I'm going to be using it. It's going to be a form of shelter and waterproofing, pretty much. This is just going to be our basic minimal survival episode. So it's going to be revolving around hunting and gathering and setting up camp and showing how to make a perimeter alarm. So I don't know, maybe we might show the part where we make the perimeter alarm, because that's going to be a little bit of time consuming. We don't want to make the episode too long, but you guys would understand. I'll show you guys that it's actually out there. So moving on, another must. It's going to be pretty late by the time we get out there on Friday night, since we all have jobs and we all have families and everything. We're going to be saying goodbye for a little while. We're going to be probably getting out there during the dark. Sunset's around about 6 p.m. So we're probably going to be there with 30 minutes of not such good quality ambient light. So we're probably going to be walking around with a flashlight. So bringing a flashlight along. I'm not bringing any spare batteries. This is all I have. And worst comes to worst, water filtration. Next, I'm going to show you my fire starting ability. Got steel wool, and in here, fire starter. You guys have seen this in multiple videos when I was talking about my anorak jacket and doing minimalist fire starting. So you guys know how this thing works. So you don't need too much of a demonstration. So these are the main things I'm going to be bringing. So that's pretty much it. So you guys have an understanding of what a survivalist really actually needs. So yeah, I'm really happy to show you guys this stuff. If you're wondering what else is actually inside this pack, there is only changes of underwear and socks. So other than that, you see how very little a survivalist actually needs. So, oh, forgot one more item actually. So, of course, the bushcraft knife. Possibly the most useful tool of all of these out here. I mean, shotgun's very useful too. You can utilize the shotgun along with the additional shots and everything. So, but this is actually very necessary for building shelter, making tools, making other tools, weapons, pointed weapons, you name it. Here's my Boker Magnum. I use this as my hunting knife, my bushcraft knife, and pretty much my all-round everything knife. So this thing's always on my belt when I'm leaving the house. Let me give you guys a little demonstration real fast. I made this gear belt for campouts like these where I'm deciding to go out and rough it a little bit. And I made this gear belt for carrying any outside tools or any additional gear that's not going to be able to fit in the bag. Which I have plenty of room in this bag since I'm actually not bringing too much. So, see this? Put that on here. Tomahawk right here. And then right here. And then, of course, my survival knife right here. Pretty much it. I'll be wearing this on the outside. See how loose this thing is? I'm going to be wearing it on the outside of my winter coat. And I'm bringing my anorak jacket, my bushcraft jacket. Anyway, I hope this was an insightful video of just kind of a precursor of all the gear I'm going to be bringing for that awesome episode. I'm very much looking forward to this episode because this is pretty much just what my channel is about. Going outside, enjoying the outdoors, and if worst case comes to, or if push comes to shove, and very bad situations occur, survival is another way of utilizing the skills and the tools that you've acquired. So, hope you enjoy watching this video, and be sure to comment and subscribe. It's just very minimal setup, and I mean, hence my name for this channel and everything. But if you guys want, stay tuned, and be sure to watch the survival episode. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm just getting really excited for this. You guys will be able to meet my friend Martin, who runs those 2 additional channels, and this is going to be just a good episode, good long episode. Probably be about an hour worth of video footage, because he's going to be doing his filming, and we're going to be splicing his video footage to my video footage, and it's going to be an awesome time. So I'm really looking forward to this, and hope you are too. Thank you for watching.